Richard, we're all aware that Iran, of course, is stirring up trouble in the region. But I want to ask you about Turkey, because overnight the president of Turkey has met with the leader of Egypt, and he has said there needs to be an alliance of Islamic nations against Israel to stop what he calls Israeli expansion. Can you believe it? Can you talk to me about Turkey's involvement in this? Is this just hot air, or is this a serious threat from Turkey?
I think there's a great deal of hot air has come out of Turkey since this conflict began. And you know, even beforehand, Turkey was talking about Jerusalem belongs to us. We you know, it's Turkish territory. And of course, it was at one point the Ottoman Empire did control this entire territory, but that was in the distant past. So I think my view is that this is more than anything else is hot air. I don't think there's a real threat from Turkey against Israel. Obviously, there is diplomatically. But of course, Turkey is a member of NATO. And for Turkey to do anything aggressive against Israel would be met with, you know, considerable, I think, displeasure from the United States. As for Egypt's been playing a double game. Egypt facilitated the arming of Hamas. It allowed Hamas to bring weapons, munitions, and equipment to turn Gaza into the fortification it is today. Sometimes maybe by playing a blind eye, sometimes by openly allowing stuff through. But nevertheless, it was really because of Egypt's position that Hamas developed as it did, supplied by Iran, but allowed through by Egypt. And the IDF have destroyed, I think, my figures may not be 100% correct, but I think they've identified and destroyed around 200 tunnels crossing the border between Gaza and Egypt. I was in one of them myself a few days back inside Gaza, a tunnel that you could easily drive at least two vehicles side by side through that tunnel. And that was just one of a huge number of tunnels that have been dug by Hamas to get munitions, and not just munitions, but other equipment through the border there. And Egypt's been allowing it. And at the same time, Egypt has closed its border to refugees. There are a lot of people from Gaza who could have escaped the war through the Egyptian border, as really is required under international treaty by Egypt, and Egypt's just simply refused to do so. It's one of the few times I'm aware of in history that a neighbouring country that it's at peace has completely closed off its border to refugees from a country that's at war where they're in danger.